Two of our reported transfer targets almost gone. One to Spurs, one to City. And Arsenal are still looking. Honestly, I'm fed up. So let's talk about it. Let me start by saying that this has been a good transfer window to a certain degree. Neto left the club after a terrible loan spell. We bought Kepa Arrizabalaga. Raheem Sterling left the club after a pathetic loan spell. We bought Madueke. Tomiyasu's contract was cancelled. We bought Mosquera. Jorginho left to join Flamengo in the Club World Cup. We got Christian Nogard. Thomas Partey didn't renew his contract. We got Martin Zubimendi. So in all honesty, the main addition had been Vitor Gyökeres, which had been a very brilliant addition because we needed someone like him. I'm not here to talk about that. However, there were still one or two players that we wanted to get that have taken us to the next level, that have helped us to challenge for this Premier League title and actually stay all the way. One was Eberechi Eze, another was Rodrygo. However, it seems that Arsenal is about to lose out on both players, and it's pissing me off. These are not just random names. These were very exciting players that was going to take the team up a notch. Eze has just won 2 trophies for Crystal Palace. Rodrygo has won so many trophies with Real Madrid. And these are players that would have added more value to our team. But guess what? It seems like they're heading elsewhere. So I'll start with Eze. Arsenal was have been interested in Eze for quite a while. And they were the well-publicized release clause of £67.5 million that everyone was to pay. Then I read somewhere that Crystal Palace were willing to receive £35 million up front, while the rest will be sent instrumentally. But guess what? We have not done anything about it. What I read somewhere, and I've been following all the news, but the Arsenal needs to sell to get Eze. We have spent like close to 200 mil this summer, and we haven't sold anyone. Because I can't really call Tavares or Marquinhos anyone. That's even up to £10 million. And those were actually like obligations that were done based on the loan moves that were made last season. So in Arsenal's books, we have not had any main transfer out of the club. We had the likes of Rhys Nelson linked, Alexander Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, Karl Hein, but none of them have left the club. Eze is someone that would have done very well for us. But guess what? It's looking like he's going to our enemy, Tottenham. But can you blame them? They tried to get Morgan Gibbs White. Nottingham came with the whole illegal tapping, blah, blah, blah. And Gibbs White actually signed a new deal, which was actually like just a ploy to get a new deal. They have Kulusevski injured. They have Madison injured. So clearly there's a gaping hole in the attacking midfield. And a player like Eze can fill that hole very, very easily without any challenges. Eze has already spoken about how he wanted to play Champions League football. And guess what? When they had that terrible Europa League final against Manchester United, they won it. And now they're in the Champions League. So despite the fact that they were 17th in the league last season, Tottenham has Champions League football. Yeah, let that sink in. And they're about to buy Eberechi Eze. And I'm very frustrated because Eze was someone that was going to help us now so much. He could play as a left winger, he could play as an attacking midfielder, he could play as a right 8. We're about to lose all this to a team like Tottenham, who don't even have any ambitions close to ours. What have they done this summer? They just signed Kudus, I guess. Of course, Vuskovic, the young defender from Hajduk Split. But Eze is going to be a maverick signing for them. And he probably costs around 60 mil or thereabouts. And right now, we'll be folding our arms while this guy leaves us and joins Tottenham. I don't know, man. I'm just tired right now. This is just making me wrong. This is just making me go nuts. How can Arsenal watch Eberechi Eze go to Tottenham? Of all clubs, Tottenham. Oh well, it's what it is. Rodrygo is another player that had been linked to the move to Arsenal, but his own was a bit more difficult because one, he was playing in the Club World Cup, and we're hoping to see how that pans out. He started getting benched for the likes of Ada Güler, and of course with Franco Massatuono coming into the club, and him not wanting to play as a right winger, there's pretty much no future for him in Real Madrid. The club had set a price tag of 100 million euros for him, which I feel is very unrealistic. But Rodrygo was someone that Arsenal were hoping to come into the club because he was going to give us some kind of Alexis Sanchez kind of vibes. Rodrygo was certainly going to do better than Gabriel Martinelli because Martinelli is struggling like crazy and we need to plug a big hole that is living in that left wing. From what we have seen in preseason, we can only hope he gets better. But if he continues with the kind of form that he has shown, then it's a big cause for concern for us. So, with Man City selling, with Man City potentially selling Savinho to Spurs and confirming the loan spell of Jack Grealish to Everton, it's clear that they need a winger. They can't work with only Jeremy Doku and Foden. Foden not even a winger. So obviously, someone like Rodrygo can come into the fore for them, and he will cook. And that's why I'm very pissed off, because Rodrygo, if he goes to a club like Man City, he play consistently. He will now join that the amazing type of football that they do play, and he'll be a very creative player for them. And he'll probably challenge for trophies, the same trophies that we are also competing for. Clearly, Arsenal has to compete for other trophies with Man City, with less of Liverpool and the rest. But what can we see? What's the bigger picture here? Liverpool won the Premier League last season, spent 120 million or thereabouts for Florian Wirtz, got Frimpong, got some other key players, Ugo Ekitike for I think 69 million pounds or thereabouts, and now they're about to sign Alexander Isak. They had a 110 million pound move rejected by Newcastle, and with Isak now stating that he doesn't want to be in the club anymore and all that, I'm sure that 150 mil that they're looking for, they probably will not see it. That means that Liverpool has the opportunity to bid for him again. That's Liverpool having a front line of Florian Wirtz, Ekitike, Salah, and Isak. That's pure madness. Then you have Man City, who already have Haaland, one of the best strikers in the world, and have added some much needed quality into their team. And of course, they're the perennial winners of the Premier League. The last 6 years, they have won like 5 or thereabouts. So they always be in contention. We have Chelsea, who just won the Club World Cup, and of course the Conference League, and are spoiled from the amount of trophies that they just recently won. And they want to challenge. And they've also spent very well this summer on a lot of players as well. So this is a season that is going to be hot. I've even spoken about Man U, who has gotten Shesko in addition to Mbuemo and Cunha. Everyone is getting signings, everyone is buying, everyone is trying to invest. And Eze and Rodrygo would have been amazing for us. But guess what? They are going elsewhere. Okay, so I'm done with my rant. I was just kind of pissed off about this, and I just felt like, sharing my thoughts in today's video. Well, all plans will go towards the game against Man U in Old Trafford. That's where the next line of action should be. But I'm just disappointed with the fact that Arsenal is about to go into this campaign without having Eze or Rodrygo. Oh well, come on, you guys.